up, V.O.W? It's your girl Alicia Wanshell. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in with me tonight. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, please make sure that you do so. If you have, thank you very much. Please, guys, make sure that you like, make sure that you share with your family and friends, and please, make sure you leave a comment, okay? All right. Again, thank you for joining me. Now, tonight, I want to talk about an important subject. If you've been watching the news, you notice that there have been a lot of domestic violence cases going on. On top of that, there's been a lot of women and children losing their lives to this senseless crime. So I want to touch on this subject. Check me out at V.O.W, Voices of Women 2019. You can also check out my group. It's Voices, it's V.O.W parentheses Voices of Women. That's my group. Please check me out there. I do share a lot of different stories. Some of the stories that I share pertain to child molestation. Some of the stories I share pertain to, just pure domestic violence, so please make sure you get connected, check me out, and get involved, share your stories, because many of us have experienced domestic violence before in our lives, and we've been fortunate enough to escape those situations. So please, join my groups, my page, share your story, let other women know how you were able to successfully get out of your domestic violence situation, because as you see, some don't make it out, and it's very sad and it's very touching to see so many lives lost to this domestic violence. So please make sure you do share your story with us, and let us know how you survived. Okay, let us know how you survived it. Let us know how you got out, and let us know how you dealt with it while you were in it. We have women right now who are afraid to leave, and it is risky because a lot of times some of the women who do decide to get out of the dangerous relationship that they're in, some of them are still killed, and that's very unfortunate. But at some point, you have to do what you have to do. You have to try. And I think the most important part is not having contact with that person once you get out of that situation. Once you get out of this situation, stay out of the situation. A lot of times the perpetrator will pretend to be sorry, and they would ask for forgiveness. They would go as far as cry, but please be extra careful, because if you was in a domestic violence situation, 9 times out of 10 the situation will not change. It will only get worse. So please make sure you think about what you're doing before you decide to place yourself back in that situation. Okay, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Another thing is that once you get out of that situation, you may want to consider relocating. Relocate and change your whole environment. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and it's just for the safety of you and your kids, if you have kids, because it's just sad at the levels that some people will take just to take a person out, and I think that's just really it's crazy. So please make sure that you are being cautious. I want to make sure that each of you are being safe. Okay, if you have family members, if you have friends, please make sure you reach out to them. Okay, reach out to them. There's there's resources out here too, guys. Reach out to these resources that we have available. Go to the national domestic abuse hotline. Look up the different resources they have there, because it's for your safety. It's so sad at how many women and children lives are being taken. They have this beautiful young lady. Fortunately, her son survived. He is still alive, but her life, unfortunately, has been taken by the hands of her father-in-law and her husband. Okay, and it may have been more involved, and there's a lot going on with that story right there. It just doesn't make any sense. So guys, we have to make sure that we are doing our part. Once we've been violated, when you press charges, don't drop them. Okay, don't drop those charges. It's very important. It's for you. And then also too, if you have a restraining order against that person, please, whatever you do, don't cancel it, because like I said before, the person will try to play that sympathy role, but trust me, honey, they will go right back to being the same person that they were before, if not worse. Okay, so don't drop the orders or cancel the orders. Keep those orders for your protection. Does it mean that you're still going to be protected always? No, it doesn't, because sometimes that person is just that evil and just that cruel. So you have to make sure you're covering yourself. If you have to move out of state, do so. Okay, do it for you. Do it for your family. Okay, your life is important and you matter to others. So please make sure you are protecting yourself. Please make sure you are protecting yourself. But that's basically what I want to talk about tonight, guys. I just want to talk about that. And another thing, guys, this is very important. Please just keep in mind that, domestic violence, okay, first of all, domestic violence does not discriminate against anyone whatsoever. It doesn't matter, your financial situation. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter any of those things, okay? It could be you today, it could be you tomorrow, it could be you any day, okay? It could be your child, it could be your grandchild, it could be anyone. So please make sure that you are being cautious, when you're getting involved. Please, if you need to check backgrounds, see if they've ever been arrested for domestic violence. And no, it would not always be a situation where the person have been arrested. Okay, it's not gonna be, you may not be able to find a background on that person, but actions, just watch their actions. Okay, watch their actions. That's very important. If the person is, it doesn't start with physical abuse. Of course, we all know that. It can start from verbal abuse. Okay, it can start from, it could be emotional abuse, it could be mental abuse, it can be any of those things, but eventually it will lead up to physical abuse. So you just want to make sure that you're being, very cautious. Please do not ignore the signs, because there's always signs. And again, we're going to touch on that in another video. Okay, but tonight I just wanted to touch on these terms. So guys, please be careful again with who you're getting involved with. That's very important. I'm also going to share a story with you about this beautiful college student who just had her life taken by her boyfriend. We're going to talk about that sometime later this week. It's very sad, and a very sad, tragic story. My daughter had told me about it. She was a student who attended her college, and this was supposed to be her last year, so that was a very sad ending there. We're going to talk about a lot of things, guys. I just would like to raise awareness of the different things happening around. It's a very, very sad story, and it's very heartbreaking, especially when it involves kids. They're innocent. They have no idea of what's going on. Some of them do, you know, if they're old enough, but you know, it's so unfair to take the children's life. It's unfair to take anyone's life, you know, not just the children, but it's unfair to take anyone's life. And you know, I just pray that, you know, one day that we can find a resolution to this senseless crime. You know, what can we do to stop this from happening? And just to mention too, hey guys, the majority of them, of the men that commit these crimes, are narcissists. And guess what, guys? Hate to tell you, but you can't change a narcissist. A narcissist is a narcissist, okay? Very difficult people to deal with. They're very controlling. Very controlling. So you have to watch out for those people who commit those crimes, because they are very dangerous. They are very dangerous, okay? They're selfish, okay? They're controlling, all right? And they're very possessive, same thing as controlling pretty much. But you got to make sure that you're being extra careful. Reach out if you feel like you're in danger. Reach out if you feel like you're in danger. And please do not drop the charges, okay? Do not drop the charges. And stop feeling sorry for some of these men, because they do not feel sorry for you. They have zero remorse, okay? When they hurt you, when they hurt your children, they have zero remorse, okay? So make sure you're doing what you have to do to put them where they belong. They belong behind bars so that they are not able to hurt anyone else, okay? I'm gonna tell you, I had guns pulled out on me before, and I'm lucky to be here today myself. And I always say that my best friend's sister is my angel, because she came just in the nick of time when this person was pulling a gun out on me. He was trying to get me in this dark alley. It was right there, and he was pulling me. He had a gun on me, and my best friend's sister walked up out of nowhere. She said, "What y'all doing?" You know, and I was like so relieved, because he hurriedly put the gun away. So, you know, guys, I'm lucky to be here right now today. And that same person, because after that night, I did not have anything else to do with him. And I remember maybe a month or two later, he had called and he wanted me to ride out of, you know, to a different, out of the, you know, city with him or whatever. And my mom, I remember her saying, "Don't you get in that truck with him, because I might not ever see you again." I'll never forget that. So guys, please make sure you are very careful. Once you're done with that person, do not have anything else to do with them. Don't meet them for anything. If you have kids involved, you need to take the necessary actions to make sure that you are protecting you and your kids, okay? Because at this point, if that person was dangerous enough to hit you or to do anything violent to you, trust me, it's a possibility that they may take it a step further and possibly kill you. So you want to make sure that you're covering you and your children's. If it's just you, make sure you cover yourself, okay? Please. And there have been cases where your abuser or the abuser have killed the parents of their victims. So, you know, you got to remember, it's not always, you know, you that's being impacted. It could be your family. It could be your friends. It could be your siblings. Please, guys, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I really do appreciate you. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and please like this video, and please share with your family and friends, okay? It would really mean a lot to me. I am work in progress, guys. I am work in progress, so I do want to bring you more material. And I do want to share more topics on relationships, on domestic violence, sexual abuse, those type of things, because these are things that need to be talked about. They are very important, and you are very important, okay? Remember, we all have kids growing up, we have grandkids, so we want to make sure that they are protected, okay? We want to make sure that they are safe in their in the future. So please, guys, again, make sure you subscribe, like, okay? And share. All right, I love you guys. Love you. And thank you so much for tuning in. And you guys have a blessed night. Good night.